Welcome back to Mercury Farms for episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. So I've decided on my way back over to the forest, we need to do a bit of work here. I need some storage. I've got to put some of this stuff away, plus it needs to be repaired. So I'm thinking if we have like the toolbox mod here, because I would do my repairs here, not a workshop as such, and then a shelter to put them in. I can get a bit of repair work done because all of this stuff is going to need sorting. We are going to need a jet wash as well, I suppose. So let's get a couple of things placed, shall we? So first things first, miscellaneous. Let's get ourselves a jet wash. Where are we going to put that? On the way in, I think, probably the best bet. I mean, that said, it depends which way I come into the yard, I suppose. So that might not be such a good idea. Just a tricky one. Actually, let's put it over here. Just for the time being. I can always get rid of it and get another one if I need to, if I realise I've made a horrible mistake. Toolbox. Let's zoom in a bit on that. Let's have that right here by the... Okay, next thing then is a building to put them in. I'm thinking over the back actually. I'm just trying to think of it being a little bit different to how it looked originally, you know. I'm probably going to go one of JiM's shelters though. I was thinking of getting one of these, the open shed with brick walls. I quite like those, but they're drive-through ones. I'm trying to find a position for those that worked right, although I haven't used the big old easy shed yet, but I think I'm probably going to go with one of these long low ones, probably vehicle shelter grey brown, just the standard. Doesn't really matter. Let's not there. I suppose I could put it... That's going to block that, isn't it? Maybe over here then. I could put it this way around, couldn't I suppose? Over here. Oh, doesn't like that very much, does it? What's wrong with that? Well, why not? That's a bit far out, isn't it? How close can I get? Oh, is it because of the puddles, maybe? Could be because of the puddles. There's none over here, are there? Maybe in this corner. Is that straight? Seems it. Okay, that's as close as I'm going to get there, I think. I don't know. There. Keep getting the little flashes of green. There we go. That looks about right to me. Let's have it there. Excellent. Right, so we can put some of our stuff away. Lights as well. Awesome. JiM, you legend. That cost me an extra 22 quid. It's outrageous these days. Builders and their hidden costs. You know what they're like. Right. So, oh, well, that's the point. I'm trying to think. So I've got... They'll hook up to the back of the truck, but these are 3-point link, so I'm going to need a tractor back here for doing that. Let's just repair this very quickly, then we'll get back over and let's lease a bit of equipment to make our forestry a little bit easier. Now, the whole point about this is going to be that forestry is going to fund my farming. I'm probably going to go dairy. Someone did ask me about pigs and why am I not doing pigs. I have found in the past pigs are incredibly labour intensive, and they don't actually, when you work out what you've put into them, the amount of stuff they need to be fed, then you can either just buy pig food, which costs a lot of money, And when you then sell them, yes, you buy enough of them, they produce very quickly, you sell them, you're going to make money. But when you look at what you've actually got to feed them to get to that point, they're not actually that cost effective. You don't make a huge amount of money, which I suppose you're not good at in the real world. I get that, but I am going to do a let's play at some point. Oh my good grief! Okay, that's better. Where I run a pig farm. I did on Lone Oak Farm. It was jockey hogs. We had jockey Inc and jockey hogs, and that's kind of what we did. But time being, I think. Is this going to register the header or just the harvester? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to stick to probably. I want to do dairy again. How much is it going to cost? Outrageous. Let's give it a jet wash. I'll come back and I'll do the other bits. I just wanted to kind of put it in, make sure it's working, that kind of thing. So yeah, the forestry is kind of going to be a kind of, that's going to be my job to fund my hobby. Not that the farming is going to be a hobby, but you know what I mean. It's going to be, you know, one thing will fund the other. And I want to go a little bit bigger on the dairy this time, because obviously on Ravenport I didn't go that big, and on Marwell Manor I haven't started yet. I haven't really got onto the pig, the cows yet, and sheep as well. I did a little bit on Felsbrunn. And I haven't really kind of got to a point where they were producing enough wool. You know, I need more of them. So I think if I do a load of logs, and yeah, I'm going to need to build up my machinery base as well, you kind of get to a point where you think, okay, well, I've got a big chunk of money here, let's buy a load of cows, let's buy a load of sheep, and I'll do that. That's going to be the kind of point. So that's our first bit of machinery parked up in the new shelter. Happy days. What's really cool as well is looking at these shelters, and I honestly don't know why JiM doesn't go into modding. This pack, if he brought out this shelter and silo pack, and it will come out in the mod hub, just 500,000 litre capacity, and they take everything. If we go along to, where are we, silos? He's managed to do it, and it works on PS4, so the console compatibility thing's not going to be a problem. If we go across, he's also the bunker silo situation. Look, bunker silo 14,000, one slot, not 64 slots, one slot. So that's been sorted, thankfully. Which is 14,000 litres for. I mean, that looks like a large bunker silo as well. When you look at the ones here, it looks like that. Was that a medium? Yeah, it might be a medium, but anyway, regardless, still 14 grand, it's brilliant. Yeah, but these silos, 59 grand, brilliant, 500,000 litre capacity, and look at everything they take. That's brilliant. JiM, bring them out as a mod. Come on, you could bring out a mod pack, silos and shelters. You know, because the shelters are brilliant as well. When you scroll across, you got your vehicle sheds, your barn shed. You got ones with doors. Ones that are just open, double-doored ones. JiM, come on. Come on. But even the animal pens as well. You know? Even down to that. You know? I just... Yeah. Do it, JiM. Do it, do it, do it. Anyway. Yeah, enough of that. So, yeah. Now this one, I think... some of them have been changed, and they're not. This might be because I already had this placed. I think some of them now aren't drive-through. The back wall is solid, so yeah, be kind of wary of that. But anyway, so right, I suppose I better get on with the forestry then. I'm going to take this over, and then what we'll do is sort out. I think I'm going to go Komatsu. I think I'm going to go with the Komatsu. I haven't used that yet. You know, bearing in mind I'm, 3 Let's Plays in, and I haven't used the Komatsu. But then, to be fair, the in-game maps, Ravenport and Felsborough, weren't really, kind of didn't lend themselves to forestry, to be fair. And I think that's why Baron Papa, he loves the Felsborough map, why he's gone on to make his own, you know, his own forest, was the word I was looking for. I'll see you there soon. Okay, next thing. I really need to put their rubbish out. Must be some bins somewhere. Right. Young lady, what do we need now? I would like... Let's get... So I don't use these very often either. Did a little bit on my kind of... narrative, I suppose, on... let's customise it. What colour can we have? Of course we can. Oh, yes. Okay. Right, let's lease that. And here we go, the scary bits. But we made the money, and that was the whole point. Forestry machines, I really do want to get one of those at some point as well. So we're going to try and build up this forestry thing, you know, make it a... We're going to move into forestry. So that's... It's not all going to be forestry, don't panic. If it's forestry's not your thing, you don't like it, don't worry. We are going to do, like I say, we're going to do some arable, we're going to do some... we're going to do some livestock, but the forestry is going to be what kind of pays for it. I'm going to use the Komatsu 931XC. Haven't used it before. Hopefully we can get to a point where rather than leasing it, we can make enough money that we can actually buy one. I might have a go at placing the static wood chipper at some point, run a few through it and see what that comes out at. Trelleborgs, oh, I do like the ALiEN. Then we've got the Eco Tracks. Let's have a look. Eco Track, Evo Baltic, X, Kovacs. See, the Magnum raises it right up, doesn't it? And I think we've got some quite bumpy terrain, haven't we? So should we go with that? Let's go with the ALiEN's Magnum and lease that for 29,000. Now, obviously, per operating hour after that is another 9 grand per operating hour. So as long as every hour we're making more than 9 grand, this will cover its own costs. That's the theory. Right, okay. Why is it still not showing? No, it is. It's a nice bit of kit. We'll see how it operates. Now, I have my concerns, because I'm pretty sure that the Scorpion King's got a higher... I think the boom goes up higher. And I'm not sure about the reach and stuff, but like I say, I want to try something different. Let's give it a go. I suppose what we should be looking at as well, although the money has dropped slightly, is something for stump grinding. Now, I could just get a stump grinder, but I thought maybe getting a forestry a vehicle, a wheel, what am I talking about? Skid steer loader, maybe. Maybe get myself a little New Holland, say 35 grand, isn't it? Get myself a New Holland with a stump grinder. What do you reckon? Although the tracked ones are cool for forestry work, aren't they? They do look pretty awesome. It's only 49 grand, isn't it? He says, it's only 49 grand, isn't it? 61, 74 horsepower. That's not really going to make a huge amount of difference, is it? Is that just really excessive for stump grinding? What does actual stump grinder cost? I'm just thinking that is actually probably quite excessive. Stump grinder's 5 grand. Yeah. And then obviously there's the modded mulcher, which is only 2,499. But then you do need a tractor to run that. So I suppose technically, and that only runs off of. Yeah, you can change the design, can't you? With a work light, but you can't put that onto a. Because I'm going to need to grind stumps. I'm going to have to do it. Is that too much equipment in one day? That's too many purchases, isn't it? Right, let's sort this out first. Let's worry about getting this there. Let's get some trees down. Let's load up another trailer, and then we'll worry about it. You're on. We are looking good. Let's raise that up a little bit. Yeah, see, that's as high as that boom goes. There. That's going to be interesting. Right, okay, let's hook this up and get it delivered, get it doing some work. Now, something that dawned on me, buying the... Oh, no. I didn't have that high enough. Ooh. It should be about right, shouldn't it? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, for buying manure and slurry down at the livestock market. Thank you very much for Farmer Eric for reminding me. Oh, that what's Farmer Eric? Or was it Farmer Foley? Farmer Foley, not Farmer Eric. You need to own the BGA, don't you? Because I'm thinking, oh, I don't understand this. On FS17, you could, yeah, 43 grand. You could sell manure and sell slurry at the BGA, and you could make digestate, and you can make good money doing that. And it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, that's because I don't own the BGA, do I? So I think a couple of loads. Let's get the BGA owned. That's going to mean, you know what? Actually, you know what? So do it now. I'm going to do it now. Let's buy the because this has just been. Just buy everything. It's only 43 grand. It's not like it's 500 grand or anything silly like that, is it? Right, we now own the BGA as well. We're buying up everything. So, let's get this delivered. That does mean now then, for jobs like slurry, because I said I was going to give slurry a go, and manure, we can get them up there. Which one am I going to go? I think we'll go this way. We can make a tidy bit of money doing that as well, so that can be, you know, like I said, those kind of ongoing contracts we've got locally for supplying water to the livestock market and the garden centre, manure and water for the greenhouses, slurry and stuff up here, manure to the BGA. They're all contracts we could do on FS17. They're all contracts that are needed. I think I've come too far. Never mind. We might have to go up through the chicken farm up to Windmill Hill. Oh no, I can turn left at the top here, can't I? Ignore me. Cool, okay, well, let's get this up here. Don't want to go too fast and lose it off the... Oh, what happened there? What was that? Shifted. Is it because it's self-levelling? Is it self-levelled itself because I've gone up a hill? That's an interesting development. I think it just did, didn't it? Yeah, it self-levelled itself. That's weird. Well, it's not weird, I suppose. I'm going to do chickens as well. An absolute load of chickens. We kept two chicken coops as part of the kind of setting up. We lost all the buildings. They've all gone. So we lost them. They didn't just disappear like the Bermuda Triangle. And we've lost one of the chicken coops in the middle. So I've got two kind of starting us off. The sell point obviously is still up here. Can't do anything about that. But so just kind of show you what I've done, how we are starting. Careful, mind fence. I love the sound of those windmills going around. Absolutely brilliant. Whoa. How is that? Okay, that's not quite how it should be, is it? Okay. That does not like being at a slight angle. Special delivery. Okie dokie. Let's turn it off for a second. Let's get this into the woodland, shall we? Where it belongs. Its natural habitat. Now I could have just driven this in on its own. It was a very short amount of time to be on the road, so I could have just driven this in. It's only got a top speed of 13 miles an hour. This is going to go across this terrain so much better. It's what it's designed for. Oh, look at that. Just doesn't even notice that. Oh, cool. I might just drive rest. I'm going to drive this around the woods for about an hour. I'll see you in a bit. I've actually lost where I was now, haven't I? I think I'm straight through here, aren't I? It's like watching a duck or a goose or something swimming, isn't it? Or a swan, probably. On the surface of the water, it's gliding along. Underneath, the legs are furiously going and it's paddling away. But you can't see any of that. And this is it, the top. Gliding along, the bottom, going mad. Look at that. Love it. Anyway, get my excitement out of the way. Let's open it up. So, that way, that's opposite, which is bizarre. I do like the fact all the hoses and it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Now let's have a look inside. What we set on? We're on 1 metre cut lengths. We want to be on, what should I go with? 6s? That's what it's supposed to do, isn't it? To go on that trailer. Or do you reckon, should I get away with 7s? Let's try 7s on the first load and see how we get on, shall we? Right then, let's check it out, shall we? Let's bring that out a bit further. There we go. Lift and pull back. Twist to the side. And wallop. 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. Which I can do by hand. I might do a little pile of those and they can go in a separate trailer or something maybe. So that's what I can do now. This is why it's going to make this so much quicker and so much easier. I'm going to clear a space around us, I think. And I can get on with loading these up. I think the next thing is going to be a telehandler probably, or a wheel loader, to make this whole process a little bit easier. Beautiful. That's the way it just slings that last little bit out. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time now, get myself some little wood piles. We do need to get these stumps out. I do like the fact they kind of, after the initial cut, they kind of go that slight orangey colour. So you can see them a little bit easier, which is brilliant. Just pull that a little bit. Nice. That's why I wanted to kind of start up on the flat really as well, because when you start doing this, you don't want to be, you don't want your logs rolling away from you, because that can be really frustrating and annoying. Yeah, so you look at that initial cut here, whoa, up in there, it's kind of that light colour, and after a little bit it goes that colour. That's a nice touch as well. It's a nice little, you know, it's cool. Yeah, so I think the main issue, if it's an issue at all, is I'm pretty sure, yeah, the boom, that up and down on the ponds goes a lot higher, and then this one goes, oh, let's get that, and that, wrong way around, there we go. So that's as high as that goes. Not that's a big problem, you're not going to be really wanting to cut anything that high, but I know I found when I was kind of cutting and wood chipping, and when you were cutting logs onto a wood chipper and having that flexibility to move things around, so that doesn't go as high. The reach is pretty good as well, but not, again, not quite as much as the Scorpion King, but it is, you know, it is what it is, and it does the job you need it to, and that's kind of the point, isn't it? So then obviously the progression on with the forestry is going to be bigger log trailers. I want to be at a point where I own the equipment, it's not just leased, all that kind of stuff, a proper forestry operation, you know. And then what we're also going to be doing is, when we've cleared the areas, certain sections, we're going to be coming back in, something I don't do very often on my Let's Plays and I should do more of, is the replanting, because I don't often do that, and I should be doing that, you know. So that'll be something we'll be doing as well. When an area is clear, we move on to another section, then we'll replant the one that we were just on. Like a responsible forestry company does. Loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. How are we looking from inside? How difficult is this going to be to do from inside? Lift, twist. Up a little bit. Yeah, that boom's in the way a little bit there, isn't it? Not horrendous. Okay, what about from this angle? Oh, that's good, I like that. Probably hit a tree stump, haven't I? Of course I have. Let's switch that view when it's acceptable to switch that view, shall we? Like now. Cool, put it right down. Lift, twist. Very cool. I think what I've done there is probably another full trailer, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now is load this up, take this back, sell this. I may even go down the forwarder route. Again, that's something I think I've only ever done. I think I did it on law folds. Way back. So I think, yeah, I'll probably might give the forwarder a go as well. But again, that's all, you know, that's all down the line. We've got a lot to do before we get to that point. But the good thing is, because I can do water runs, I'm going to be doing the manure, the slurry. I said I was going to try that out, wasn't I? Let's get this load done. Load it up. We'll lease the slurry tanker. Right, stop that there. And then what we'll do is, before the end of the episode, we'll do a load of slurry up to the BGA and see what we make on that, or a load of manure, whichever way around, doesn't really matter. Because that's going to help pay for some of the equipment as well, I think. Now, this may be... I might have put a bit more on this than I did on the last load. It does seem a little bit more unwieldy. I've nearly rolled it a couple of times already, so I'm taking my time. I think investing in a forestry, like a semi-trailer, is probably going to be a pretty good idea. I think I might go for the BioBelts one. The one that was always really nice I liked was the Black Sheep modding. Was it the one that tipped? That was cool. I need to move that tanker. Oh, I just put it there because it sort of kind of made sense, because I was bringing water here to the greenhouses and it's not far from the lake, so it's kind of an obvious place to put it. But let's get this up the hill without rolling it if we can. It's got a nice bit of sway on it. See what we make of this. What did we got in the last load? 26 grand, wasn't it, in the last episode? And yes, it would probably be easier. What I will do in maybe the next episode, I'm not sure, I might bring the Komatsu and stuff over here and do some of the pine trees and see if we get more logs, or, you know, it's not be better prices, but it's closer to the sawmill, so for transportation it's going to be a lot easier. We won't need to go as far. Okay. Straps off. Oh, I didn't have any on. They do like to wobble about a bit, and I've noticed as I was loading they were shifting backwards. Some of them were going only ever so slightly, but they do kind of move. Right, 34,000, that was better than the last load. Okay, nice. Now I wonder if that suspension's going to pop back up on that trailer. Look at that. It did last time when I got closer to it. Maybe not. Maybe it just takes a bit of time to recover. Let's get back into the truck. Oh, there you go, it's popped back up again. Okay, right, but that's that done. So, we're going to try slurry or manure. What should I try first? I suppose slurry would be easier, wouldn't it? Probably cheaper to lease a slurry tank than a large enough trailer. Or I could just do it with a smaller trailer just as a kind of test, a sort of theory type exercise. Poor logging. I'm happy with that. You think if I did that with a timber trailer, one of the longer ones, or you imagine bringing the forwarder down with, in essence, 3 times that load. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, let's head to the store, turn the beacons off. Release a bit of equipment. Let's try this out. That's our newly acquired BGA. Let's pop this just here. I like that. I like it a lot. So, let's have a look in the the tablet, as it were. So, if we're looking for, where are we? Slurry tanks. The slurry tank there is a 30,000 litre, and to lease it, it's 3,600. Okay. If we come back out, we just go to normal trailers and maybe do a load of manure. We want something at a fair size. What's that? 48,000 litres. How much is that to lease? 3,000 equitable then. What about the 59,000 litre one? How much is that? 3,900. Okay. So if we lease it and then add the cost of the manure on top, we've got to make at least 5 grand back on that for it to be worthwhile doing. Is it worth? Or should I go for something a bit smaller? See, I'm really nervous now. What else have we got? No, you know what? Go big or go home. We don't need wides or anything, do we? No, let's just go with what standards. Let's lease it then. We just did alright out of that last load of lumber, so to be honest with you, it's all good. Now, which side does this cover unroll? Because that's going to, I think, probably govern what side I... Okay. Let's head down to the livestock market and give this a go, shall we? And to be honest with you, you've got a couple of options here. You can go down the route of either taking out a big loan and buying all this equipment, so then you haven't got ongoing leasing fees. You're not going to be paying out every hour for using them, or you lease them, and because of what you're making, you're kind of covering your costs anyway, and then you build up to a point where you can afford to buy them yourself. I don't know. It swings and roundabouts. It's whatever you prefer doing, you know. Some people don't like leasing anything, they just want to buy it outright. Okay, the trigger was a little bit finicky there. It could be the size of the trailer, possibly. That was a bit of an unusual one to try and get, but it doesn't matter, it's filling up, that's the main thing. It doesn't seem too expensive either. Bear in mind this is a 59,000 litre trailer. What are we looking at? Are we over 1,000 yet? Not, are we? Oh, okay, yeah, 1,946. Okay, so add that to the lease. Yeah, we've got to make about 6 grand, don't we? Fingers crossed. So I have noticed with the MAN TGS, when you've got a trailer on the back and it's under load, the cab and the truck actually swings about quite a lot. Which, you know, it would do in real life. You'd have all that flex on the suspension and stuff. But I've noticed, I'd never really noticed it on 17, but when you're turning, look at the way the cab, that half swing about. Nothing wrong with that, but just that it's doing it. Really follows the undulations of the road. Either that was just not enjoying being hooked up. It does seem to move around a lot, doesn't it? Scared to turn now. Ooh. Right, let's get to the BGA, shall we? Now the beauty of this being, of course, if this does work, the byproduct of this being digested will give us digestate as a byproduct. Now, a lot of people have asked me about digestate before, and if you're not sure, if you're new to the game, you don't know what it is. Digestate is basically like slurry. Your animals will make liquid slurry, and digestate is a byproduct of the BGA process, the digesting of whatever goes into it, whatever biomass goes into it, and you get like a slurry, a digestate come out, which can be used with your slurry tankers. Yes, you can. Oh, yes. And that can be used in your slurry spreaders and that kind of stuff, as well as slurry. But the thing about it is, if you sell manure, and I'll have to try slurry here as well, you're making money on selling the slurry and manure, plus you're getting digestate as a byproduct, which then you can use as a fertiliser. So it's a kind of win-win. Let's see what we make on this. We're hoping it's going to be enough. Oh, it's the BGA, isn't it? You don't get paid till midnight. Oh man, I'm thinking, what's happening? I'm not getting paid. I just put all that in. Of course you don't. And it will only take 50,000 litres. That's got to chug away on the 50,000 litres before it will take the other 9. Oh no, I've got to wait till midnight before I get the money for that. Fingers crossed then, because I'm not going to know what it's going to be, am I? So I could do all of this and think, yeah, it's brilliant, and get paid like 50p. It's not going to be 50p. Oh man, it's all those little things. Because I haven't done it for a while, and because JiM's mapper adds in all these other extra things that are absolutely brilliant, you combine those with the changes that have been made to FS19 and things that over the last couple of Let's Plays I haven't actually touched on really, other than initial kind of first look, a video on, you know, potential pitfalls and things at the BJ that were working, weren't working, that kind of thing. I completely forgot you don't get paid till midnight. Oh dear. Right. And that's taken a long time to chug through that. So I can't unload any more. But I should be producing digestate. Now, the thing about that is... Just give me 1 second. Whereabouts? Does it tell you now? Because it always used to be at the digestate tank. I don't think it does anymore until you actually bring a vehicle over to put digestate in. Now, it always used to be this big tank here, and you'd have a load-unload point. So as you were putting it in, the digestate would fill up in here. I'm assuming it's still this tank that fills up. And then you just come and collect it from here whenever you want to use it as fertiliser. So, yeah, it's weird that it's not on the... doesn't actually come up to tell you how much you've got in it. It's odd one, isn't it? There's a pipe here, so you would assume it was this one, but I really don't know. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax. I apologise for that. So then I think what we'll do is, before we finish off, because I need to get some money in the bank, don't I? Let's take this 9,000 litres and we'll add some more to it from the livestock market, and we'll go to the garden centre, the greenhouses, and we'll sell a bit there. That way at least there'll be something to show for our efforts. So right, okay, let's head there. I'll see you at the greenhouses. For you in an instant. For me it will take a little bit longer, but that's neither here nor there. So what I've been thinking on my drive back over from here is, since I've got this leased and it's like an hourly rate, what I might do over the course of the hour is do a load of runs up to the oh, mind you, no, because it takes a while for it to digest, doesn't it? If I turn the speed up and I've got it for longer, just thinking, do a whole load of runs of manure up to the BGA so it's producing digestate. In the next episode, I know, as I was going to do slurry in this one, I'm going to do a slurry run. What I would do off screen is I'll probably do a little bit more logging. I'm not too sure whether I will. I don't want to kind of spoil it. And we will be getting a telehandler, because I think loading the trailers with a telehandler is going to be easier than using my tractor. And again, that's the starting off point. A tractor, a chainsaw, and off you go. Right, so what we're going to make here? We're going to make a bit of money. Whoa, mama! What did we just make? 38 grand! Right, 113. That is phenomenal. Okay. So yeah, so I think maybe another run back to here then as well. You can sell it here at the greenhouses, and I think you can sell it at the sell point too. Like I say, it used to be there at the steaming manure pile. I love the fact the steam's coming off that. That's such a good little animation. That's brilliant. The other thing to test as well is, because I think the BGA takes grass. I don't know if it'll take it loose though, or it's got to be baled. The fact you can buy grass. I wonder if you can make any money if you buy hay, take it up there and sell it to make digestate, because I've just had a message from JiM as well saying the digestate pays out quite well. You can sell digestate here at the garden centre, so if you've got the time and the inclination to take it up to the BGA, to take manure, slurry, whatever it is, up there and make digestate, then selling digestate does make you a bit of money. I think because of the effort involved in transporting it, taking it up, all the time it takes to do it all, it's kind of, it's worthwhile is what I'm trying to say. So the logging will continue, the on the side jobs will continue. We will have a look at, keep doing that. Now chickens up here, fruit types wheat, and actually that's got wheat in already, hasn't it? What does field 50 go for? 99,000. Whoa, mama! How come the forest was 79 and that little plot there? How much is 49? 71. Blimey, that's a lot, isn't it? Okay, well, you know, like I say, we have got some in storage, so we can do chickens. Right, I'm going to head back and get some more manure then. I'm either going to bring it back here to the greenhouses or take it up to the BGA and unload some more. But anyway, I think we've come to the end of an episode. It might be a slightly shorter one. I'm trying to make sure that, because I'm doing forestry, I want to expand the forestry operation. If we've got some other revenue streams to make money to buy the machinery to do that, fantastic. And as we're doing the logging, and obviously we're making money on the logging as well, I want to try and use some different machinery. That's the other thing as well. Like I say, forestry may not be your thing, you may not like that. Because we've got a lot of options that Jim's given us on this map anyway, I'm going to get to try out some equipment that I haven't used on my Let's Plays yet, and that's kind of the point. Showcasing some different stuff, doing some different things. I want to do some slurry spreading for fertiliser on a field, because I've been told the textures and stuff on that are amazing. So that's going to be something I want to do in this Let's Play, definitely. But anyway, yes, like I say, we've come to the end of another episode. Sad, I know, but there will be more to come. Don't worry. If you have enjoyed this episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.